when policies are in place that protect unvetted migrants who do commit a crime, there is a risk. There is a risk for that. And I have to live every day with a choice in my head. Was my daughter an unintended consequence of good policy or the consequence of bad policy? And I know the answer for me, but I think other people think she's just an unintended consequence of good policy.
To me, things like that show that they value these undocumented migrants more than they value our American citizens, our American children. And honestly, you almost want to just make a plea, choose us. Choose my American child.
The heartbroken parents of Loyola student Sheridan Gorman, shot and killed in Chicago in March by an illegal alien, now making an emotional plea to leaders urging the nation to choose common sense immigration policies. In January of 2025, 20-year-old Katie Abraham was killed in a drunken driving hit and run incident in Illinois, also involving an illegal alien. Her father, Joe Abraham, joins us now. Joe, thank you for joining us. I imagine you watched that interview with the Gormans and felt some connection, particularly with that grieving father who was really trying to zero in on the policy point of this.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what they're gonna have sleepless nights just like I have. The rumination, the constant, what could I have done better? It's very, very similar. Katie died at the campus of the University of Illinois, just visiting friends, college students. And yes, her killer was here illegally, very complex background, was protected every step of the way by Illinois, received incredible special privileges that citizens just simply don't get. And, that's not okay, because not every victim dies like Katie or Sheridan. There are so many victims that are created every day because of these reckless, guardrail-less policies that, it's amazing to me no one in Illinois steps up and says, yeah, we got to reassess it, we've got to change direction a little bit.
Well, that's what I want to get into this with you, Joe, because I was on the first days of Operation Metro Surge, ICE's surge in Chicago. On the very first couple of days, we took child rapists, murderers off the streets, and yet what were the local politicians doing? Mayor Brandon Johnson was railing against it. Governor J.B. Pritzker railed against it. So what's your message to Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson?
Look, they won't talk to me, right? And not so much Mayor Johnson. I think he's just a silly figure, and I don't know what's happening there. But I'm talking more about Governor Pritzker. Now, we all know he uses coercion to run this state. I don't think the legislature or General Assembly here in Illinois agree in their hearts of hearts that these are the right policies. But our governor is looking at a national platform, and he is going to follow orders. I don't think he's an independent thinker or really a deep thinker. I think he'll follow along what the national policies tell him to do, and he will use his inherited wealth to coerce and rather than persuade, and he will never reassess. He rules by arrogance. There's no humility in this. I don't think if the Gormans feel like they're going to get satisfaction or they're going to get a sit down with the governor to understand where the breakdowns and gaps are, because I promise you, there is a systematic breakdown in this state. And it's really, the only way to change this, yes, you have to remove the person at the top. And hopefully we do that in November. I question that with the amount of resources Governor Pritzker has. But there's got to be an infrastructure, some type of system that makes the Governor Pritzkers of the world actually do the right things and not the self-serving things.
Well, Joe, our hearts go out to you, and you see this case and now the Gormans, and you can look all the way back years ago in San Francisco to Kate Steinle, and you just wonder how many times does this have to happen before politicians all get on the same page in the name of safety and common sense. Joe Abraham, thank you for taking time and sharing your story.
Thank you, appreciate you.
All right. Meantime, severe